My name's Pandee Pearson, and I'm the executive chef at the Gardens of Avila at Sycamore Mineral Springs Resort, and it's on the road going into Avila. Today, we're going to talk about cheese, but we're going to take it from a little bit different angle. We're going to talk not so much about the cheese, but what to put on a cheese tray. And I think everyone has their favorite cheeses, and some of these can go with your favorite cheeses, or you can make up your own. They're just ideas. The first cheese I want to use, it's called Gorgonzola, and it's a factory-made cheese, and it's from Germany. And it's kind of cool because it's really creamy, and it's like a camembert cheese, which is a semi-soft cheese, but it's also got a blue cheese inoculation in it, so it's a super creamy blue cheese. I think one of my favorite things to put with Gorgonzola, this is my preference here, but are olives and roasted garlic. And this is what it looks like. See the veins in there? And it's a little ripe right now, which I think makes it better. It gets a little runnier. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut some croutons. And then I'm gonna put them on my tray right here. And we're gonna put all this in the oven for a couple minutes. Cut a piece of Gorgonzola, a nice wedge. I'm gonna stick this on here, and we're gonna stick some garlic that I've roasted already, but we're gonna warm it up. So I'm just gonna stick this in the oven, and we'll start working on something else. So I'm gonna put a little bit of local olive oil. It's from Olea Farms up in Templeton. They have some really nice estate-grown Arbequina olive oil. It's one of my favorites. I always like to put this little note in. I was the first person to ever use them in a restaurant, so we kind of had a great relationship from that. So just get some pretty olives, oops. Get them in your bowl, and we're gonna just start building our little cheese platter. Put some chilies in here, some bay leaves, some garlic. Wow, these things don't want to stay in. Anyway, that's our first little thing here. We'll start it out here. I'm gonna go to our second cheese, which is gonna be a goat cheese. So this is just regular, fresh goat cheese, and goat cheese available almost everywhere now. And I'm gonna do something that's a little different. It's something that I serve in the restaurant a lot, and it's some roasted beets with the goat cheese. So I'm gonna start out, I just wanted to show you, I already roasted these. You just take some, put them in the oven with a little bit of water, olive oil, salt and pepper, and then you can just really easily take the skin off. Let's do this to a couple of them. And then for contrast and color, I got some golden beets. So it's the same thing, swipe it off, and put them on the board. I'm gonna do 2 each. Get them all good. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna grab my mandolin. And you want to do these pretty thin. Watching your fingers. Just take our little beets and we'll start putting them around the plate. Like that. Then we'll do some red beets. Save them down. Put them on like this. So we got our really pretty beets on there. Beets go so well with goat cheese. They're earthy and they add a little sweetness to the mix. So now I'm going to make the vinaigrette for the beets. And what we're trying to do is kind of create a sweet and sour flavor here. So I'm going to take some cider vinegar and just put it in here. And this type of vinaigrette is what I would call an upside down vinaigrette. It's mostly vinegar and it's like 3/4 vinegar and about 1/4 water, olive oil instead of the reverse, so it's a little healthier. I like to sweeten this with agave nectar, or you can use honey. Agave is, it's a more of a neutral taste, and also it's not as hard to whisk in. You know how honey's really thick and it doesn't whisk in very easy. So I just take a little bit of agave just to sweeten it. I like it to have a little sweetness on the palate. Mix it up. A little olive oil, but not very much. And we're going to use this for something else later too. And then I have a little sea salt. And then we put a little bit of this on our salad. Just to marinate those beets. Take a little bit of our goat cheese. And we're going to just crumble it on top. Like that. And then we're going to finish it with a little arugula. Just a few little things. And that's it. So we'll start there. That's our beets with goat cheese. Okay, now that we've made our vinaigrette, what we're going to do, I'm going to use it for something else that's really good with cheese also. And it's just, sounds super simple, but once you try this, I put these on my pork chops, I eat them for snacks. It's something at home that takes like 2 seconds to make. It's just marinated crispy apples. And the other cheese I like to serve these with is white cheddar, aged white cheddar. So for the cheese plate, what I would do is I would just cut a piece off and just cut down a few little pieces and stick that on our cheese tray up here, the rest over here for people to come by. And in a bowl, just take your apples, take a little bit of the vinaigrette that we made, and just pour it over them. And then we're just going to let those marinate for a little bit, and then we'll stick them on the tray next to the apple, or next to the white cheddar. They're really good. The next cheese I want to show you is a brie cheese, and this is a French brie. Brie is a triple cream, and what I want to do is cut out a little circle like this, and we're going to also put this one in the oven, and we're going to melt it and come back, and we're going to top it with some nice truffle honey. So let me get this in the oven, and let's make the truffle honey. This is honey. This particular honey is a local honey. Put a little in the bowl, and then a little white truffle oil, not too much, but just enough to make it fragrant. More. And then give it a little whisk. You want to get that oil incorporated in the honey. And this gives a really nice earthy flavor with the sweetness of the honey and then the creaminess of the cheese. This is good on so many things. This is good on fig dishes, almost any creamy cheese. It's good on blue cheeses. It's kind of one of my go-to things. That's it. That's all it takes to make white truffle honey. It looks a little clouded because it's cool. I'm just going to set it somewhere warm, and then when we get ready to finish our brie, it'll be ready to go. Okay, we started off with our camonzola, and now we're going to finish it. And like I said before, we're going to use an olive tapenade, which is basically just olives with the addition of some capers, shallots, parsley if you want, or you can just use olive puree, and it's fine. Just get a nice quality. So here's our camonzola, and we're going to put this on our tray over here, and then we roasted the garlic. We're going to cut it in half, and it's going to be nice and ready and squeeze out to go with this cheese. So we'll put these up there. And then we'll put our olive puree. So that's how we're going to serve our cambanzola, with the roasted garlic, olive puree, and some crostinis over here. So put these over here. So that's done. Okay, now that we've melted our brie cheese, what we're going to do is come in and take some shaved almonds. I think almonds and brie are really good, but the thing that's going to really set this dish apart is the truffle honey that we made. So let's mix it up a little bit, pour it right on top, and that's ready to go also. So we're going to just set this up on our tray. Another dish, right there. Now we're going to do one of my favorite cheeses on the planet Earth. It's called Taleggio, and it's from northern Italy, and it's 100% cow's milk. And it's really interesting cheese. It's really gooey, and it's really nutty, and it's really rich, and it's really, really stinky. But it doesn't taste stinky. It's got the most velvety, beautiful texture you've ever tasted. This Taleggio would go with any setup that I've made today, but my all-time favorite thing to put with Taleggio is our figs. So I'm going to cut a few little crostinis, and one of the condiments that I make in the restaurant is fig jam, and I put balsamic vinegar, spices, like Christmas type spices like pumpkin spice and cinnamon and lemon juice, and just kind of make it like a chutney, and then we puree it. And I'm going to put that on our toasts to start, and then I melted a little bit of Taleggio, or just softened it, because it's a little hard to work with it when it's not creamy. So just put your little fig jams on here. Put our cheese. I'm gonna make little crostinis, big piece of Taleggio. I think we should put the ham on first. This is Serrano ham from Spain. You can use prosciutto, or they have some really great domestic ones now. Just top these with the ham. Let me move that out of the way. Just top these with the ham, and then put some fresh figs on them. Just cut these up. Just put little pieces of fig on all of them, and that's the crostini. Just like that. I'm going to put these up here. They're done.